SirenSong lover. Gonna do some card pulls today. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm gonna pull, I grabbed the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Thought I was going for the mermaids first, but this was the deck that I wanted to pick up. So I guess maybe that was the answer. Okay. There's a lot of cards that jumped out on the floor. Stand still. This is 52, which breaks out to 7. Stand still. How do you need to stop and pause in life and reflect upon your choices and your chances and everything? 15, the drum, breaks out to 6. How are we listening to the drum of our own heart as human? How are we listening to the drum of our own heart? How are we listening to our own divinity? Sometimes, though, you have to stand still, listen to the drum to be able to take off and soar like an eagle. 16 breaks out to 7. Again, your options, your choices. What decisions are you making in life that are helping you grow to your best potential? The Sweat Lodge, number 9. The Sweat Lodge. And this card looks so much just like a portal. You have to go within. Go within. Stand still. Listen to the beat of your heart. Be willing to go within the Sweat Lodge or the portal within yourself to figure out what you need, what your medicine is. So lots of Hermeticism, lots of Virgo energy. You don't need anyone else to teach you how to live. You just need to go within you. All of the answers that you need are within you. Okay. Fire, 19. This is passion. 19 in the tarot is the sun. And so fire. How are we flaming the fires in our heart? How are we stepping into our bold embodiment and our divination and cultivating? How do we go within first to stoke our own fire? How do we become the best version, the sunniest version, happiest of ourselves? So Shaman Oracle come in with the medicine, many paths. Number 34, again, breaks out to 7. There are so many choices. There are so many paths that you could walk down in order to get to where you want. You are the creator and the God of your own life. Start creating. There's so many paths that are open. There's so many choices to get to what you want. When everything looks really hard, don't focus on each obstacle coming up. Look at the end goal. Like, what is the end goal? Because if you're going down a ski slope and you focus on every tree, you're never going to get to the end. If you focus on the end goal, your mind will naturally show you the path. There are many hidden paths. Be willing to follow them. Thunder. When the call within your heart starts rumbling, 11. So 56 breaks out to 11. When the thunder in your heart starts rumbling, how do you need to find your foundation? How do you need to listen to your own guide, your own drum, your own internal compass? Earth, return to the earth. So 17 breaks out to 8. Earth, karma. We have to be taking care of the earth, and we have to be taking care of that sacred energy within us. This is 18, which breaks out to 9, the Earth Keeper. When we talk about 9, that's closing of chapters. That's final completion. You are the child. Number 7. Again, there are so many choices, so many options to get to where you need to be. The Holy Mountain. Be willing to go within that journey. Number 7 again. 7 is all over this message, and 7 being, again, choices, options. What choices and options have you been making? How have you been helping yourself grow and the earth grow? And if you're not, how do you need to be? The Smoky Mirror, number 47, breaks out to 11, looking at our foundation. How are you looking in the mirror at yourself and deciding to cultivate your happiest life? and the rainbow. Number 41, this is 5. All of the storms have come in. They've cleared the path. 5 is chaos, change. How are we changing our foundation because we're not on solid ground? So the rainbow, all of those storms have come through. The rainbow is now shining, and you need to now pick up the pieces and move on with your life. Let go of the things that didn't work and embrace the things that do. Okay, a few more cards from here. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. Hope you're having a beautiful day. It's August. It's hot. Just trying to keep my sanity and keep cool. The beloved, number 5. The beloved. Again, how do you need to start building and cultivating your love, your passion, how do you start making the life that you want? You have to start with you first. Take care of you, take care of the earth, cultivate that inner healing, that inner knowledge. One more round. I put all of those cards back in. We'll just shuffle and see if there's any other messages for confirmation that surely would like to come out. The cards are kind of sticky now. Let's see if they'll cooperate. Many paths. So again, 34/7, this just means there are many paths and options and choices available to you. Be willing to keep growing, keep learning, and looking for new paths. When we breathe and relax and we realize that the journey is long and there's many ways to get there, you start to breathe. 26, hummingbird. And again, so it's number 8. And again, speaking to karma and cycles and how do you continually keep going. The hummingbird is infamous for they don't ever sit still. They're constantly in motion. So how do you in life embody that you are constantly in motion? You are constantly growing and evolving and changing with the flow, because flow came in. Number 20, flow, going with the flow in life. Being able to use discernment. The other card that came out was 45, seer, the seer, or number 9. So how do you start going with the flow to create that foundation that you want? And how do you see but not become attached to the results? And that's huge. Like, a lot of it is that art of detachment. How do you start detaching? How do you ask for what you want and then release it? Because that is the art of attachment. Detachment is asking for what you want, feeling it in your body, and then releasing it. So, and then the law of assumption is knowing that it is already yours. So if you worry and you fret and you're like, when's it coming? It's already yours. The more you sit and you try to fret and you try to bring it in faster and everything like that, it just runs away further. Messages from the mermaids. We're going to pull out a different card. Messages from the mermaids. When you fully open your heart and mind to the mermaids, miraculous transformations can happen. When you fully open your heart and mind to the mermaids, miraculous transformations can happen. Be willing to constantly evolve and change. Keep your heart open, keep your mind open, and allow love in. Allow change in, allow growth in. Continually walk the path, continually push, even when you don't want to. Free spirit. Do not let anyone cage that spirit. Don't let anybody cage you. Don't let anybody tame your fire. It's not worth it, I promise. Alright, my name is Lara Jo. I am SirenSong lover. If you'd like to sew into my ministry, it is Cash App. Capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for lover. Turn away from anything that cages your soul. If you are a free spirit, turn away from anything that cages your soul and dims your light. Your feelings are valid and they matter. Your feelings are valid, they matter. Don't let anyone tell you any otherwise. You know who doesn't criticize you for starting a business is a successful business owner. Re-energize. Sit with your spirit. Rest, relax, recharge, breathe, and go with the flow. Okay. Let's see if there's any other cards in this deck. And then maybe a little switcheroo. My name is Larry Joe, SirenSong lover. I'm just pulling some general messages. If they resonate, please drop a message, say hello. Patience. Have patience in your life. Whatever you wish for, you are cultivating. You have to have patience. You have to be willing to look at the truth. Whatever you're looking for in life, have patience. Be willing to look at the truth and use discernment. Recognition comes out in the bottom here. So recognize the truth. Recognize where you need to be having patience and discernment with what you're going through, and go with the flow. These are the messages from the mermaids, should you be interested. When you fully open your heart and mind to the mermaids, miraculous transformations can happen. So just pulling messages out of here. I am Larry Joe, SirenSong lover. Pulling any messages that may resonate. Awareness. Bring awareness to yourself and to the environment around you, and start cultivating, start changing things for the better. Dive deeply. Be willing to go deep into your shadow work. Mermaids are all about the deep blue sea. So dive deep into your shadows to be able to hear your song home. Be willing to bring awareness and light to anything that may be causing you problems and issues. Contentment, and find contentment where you can with what things are like now. So let's see. I hope you're having a beautiful night if you're out there. Letting go. Let go of the patterns, the people, the places, the things that drain you, that don't fulfill your cup, that just make you feel empty. Don't pour into those cups anymore. Let go of the cups that aren't being filled. Be brave enough to look within yourself and figure out your truth, and let go of the people that are hurting you, and come to an acceptance. Come to an acceptance about the people in your lives, how they've treated you. People hurt us not because it's personal. They hurt us. I can just pull some cards for you, my love. If you have questions, we can ask the cards. When people hurt you, they don't do it on purpose. It's like they're living out their own patterns of heartache and pain. Hope. Keep the hope alive in whatever you're doing. Keep that hope alive. Blessings are coming to you. They're on the way. And again, awareness. Bring awareness to you, to your situation, to your life, to be able to discern what you need. All right. Is it Morphe? What is your question, my love? And I'll ask the cards. I'll pull out some tarots. Okay. So we'll pull out some Crow Tarot. See if there's any messages in here for us, okay? Okay. So Nepal wants to know about Abdul. What will happen after my confession to Abdul? My love, you have to get yourself out of your mental imprisonment. This is Eight of Swords. This is how are you holding yourself prisoner. So when he comes along and you make your confession, if he doesn't receive it, you have to be willing to release yourself from the mental imprisonment. Okay. Let's see. Queen of Swords, my love. Stand in your embodiment, your emotions. Use your logic and feelings when you give this confession to them. If they don't receive it, you have got to be strong and walk away, my love. The Queen of Swords is Libra energy, so this is all Libra mental sword energy. Queen of Swords is how do you need to stand in your embodiment and use logic. So if you tell your love how you feel about them and they don't receive it, then you need to be brave enough to be able to walk. There's betrayals and deceptions and heartache. So sleeping, and again, swords is all about deception, heartaches, mental games, imprisonment. This is warfare. So this is betrayals. So sometimes we are protected from others because of betrayals. What I would love for you to do with your guy is sit and think about, like, go back and actually sit and logically wade through all of the situation and see if their actions truly mean love. King of Wands, sitting in that divine embodiment, fiery passion. King of Wands. So I see his energy coming out with Queen of Swords and Swords energy. And King of Wands, this could be a fire sign masculine that may actually be interested or have a better offer opportunity for you. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully you can give me some feedback. Ace of Cups. When you're willing to... Yeah, so he's definitely a Libra, but if you're willing to start putting down your mental imprisonments and all of the betrayals that have happened, a fire sign wants to come in, like a masculine fire sign wants to come in and offer a cup of love. Ace of Cups is an emotional love offer. So what I would suggest is, when dealing with a Libra, because we are all about balance and stuff like that, because I am a Libra as well, so we are all about balance. So if things don't feel right or balanced in our world, we don't sit around and hang out, we'll move on. So the hardest part when you're dealing with a Libra is, on your side, you have to determine if it's worth it, or if there's been too much betrayal, if there's been too much imprisonment about how you're feeling about them. We shouldn't be crying at night over men. Like, there are way too many great men. And like I say, it looks like there is a King of Wands, like a fire sign masculine that wants to come in and give you a whole cup of love. You do have to move through and pass this situation with who you were with previously, but it does look like there is like a masculine fire sign that wants to come in and play. 5 of Cups, you've been left in emotional heartache, turmoil, left out in the cold. 5 of Cups is that like lack of emotions. And what we, going through all of this, fail to realize is, like, yes, 5 of Cups, we were emotionally left out in the cold. We have these 3 cups that are spilled over, but we still have 2 cups. So even though this past situation with your love may have caused you to feel empty and like your emotions were not met, you have to move past that, and you still have cups of love to offer. You still have cups of love to fill. So work past the mental trauma that you've done with them. A lot of why we choose people and we get hung on them is because we have past karmic lifetimes with them, or we have lessons that we need to learn. And when you start moving past that heartbreak and that pain, that'll bring in Ace of Pentacles. Your money will start looking right. So here's what I always tell my clients. I can give you the information. You have to use the discernment. I can't tell you what to do. Only you know what to do, because whatever's happened in your experience in your life, like, that's for you to decipher. I've been on this journey for a very long time. I've done so much with like other partners that now it's a lot easier to start seeing through the patterns and the traps. Let me see. Okay. Will they like you? Will Abdul like you, or will this new love interest coming in like you? Is that what you're asking? Justice. You're going to be getting justice. There's going to be, the wheel's going to start turning, and the karmic wheel will start like balancing out. And Six of Cups. This is balancing emotions. So your past guy, he may like you. There may be emotions there. There may be nostalgia in the past. He may love you, but he may also have different contracts, like soul contracts that he has to fulfill. So I would definitely be working through all of those past traumas to be able to clear the karma. Ace of Swords. This is using logic, discernment to be able to clear up any confusion. So, yeah. Will he like you? Okay. The thing is if you give him a love letter and he doesn't receive it, then I'm going to ask that you not be really upset about it. You gave him the information, and then let it go. So, King of Cups just popped out as we were rolling through. So, King of Cups is someone who is very emotional and feels love. So, again, he may have deep embodiment love for you, but it's up to you to determine if it feels right to you. So, write your letter. If you feel brave enough, give it to him. If you don't, then send the letter back to the universe. Like, I like to release letters about how I feel about people to the universe by burning them. Okay. So what I would do, I would sit in contemplation, like sit and meditate, breathe, write a letter from the heart, and then if you want to give it to him, give it to him. If you don't, you don't have to. Like I say, you can take that letter and you can burn it and release it to the universe. Eight of Swords came back out again. This is mental imprisonment. Get out of your head. If you really like this guy, you will have to lay your emotions out there. So get out of your head. If it feels right and you like him and write him a letter. Four of Pentacles. Financial instability. So when you're in your head about this and mentally, your money's not right. So when you start working through like your stuff, you'll start releasing yourself from mental prisons. You'll start getting your money on track. Let's see. The Star. This is Aquarius energy, and this is how are we doing what is best for the collective? How are you shining? Page of Pentacles. Again, this is money is kind of tight and it needs to be worked on, and what you need to go hermit, go within to find the answers as far as if it's going to be the Hermit's your favorite card. So go within. Of course, this is a Virgo. It's your favorite card, so that when everything gets really hard, especially as Hermit, you have your own medicine. The light is within you. Your information, your divinity, your knowledge, it's within you. As a Hermit, you are spectacular at self-healing. You are spectacular with healing others, and it doesn't always look outright like that. Sometimes it looks at like healing others by like feeding them. Sometimes that's like your medicine. You know how to help others because Virgo's very good at how do we help each other. It's a very loving, embodiment and self-healing. Yeah. I came from a Virgo. I came from a lot of Virgos in my family, so I have a lot of Virgo medicine and a lot of Virgo healing. Like when you spend decades with family members that are different signs, you start to pick up their traits. And like I say, I was raised with very much Virgo masculines in my life. And it's how did I pick up on their medicine to be able to heal myself? How do I take their Virgo traits and how do I embody that in my life? Six of Swords. Moving away from conflict, pain, heartache, anger. Move away. Keep going. Okay. So there could be a long-term relationship there with them, but you have to be willing to walk away from the struggles in the past that have kept you guys in broken patterns. So part of it is, if you want to be with your guy, have you done your work? Have you cleaned out your spiritual closet? Do you have people around you that wouldn't be happy for your relationship? Knight of Swords. So Aquarius, Gemini, you have to be willing to cut through all of the other stuff to be able to accomplish and marry in the future. You have to be willing to go through and clean out that karmic closet. It's shadow work, my love. Shadow work, healing your inner childhood traumas. King of Pentacles. When you are brave enough to sit and do shadow work, King of Pentacles and Pentacles, so we're in Earth, we're in Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, right? So when you do your work, your healing work, you embody the King of Pentacles, which is that Earth, like, we've got abundance, right? So clean up your childhood trauma to be able to have successful relationships. You have to clean out your childhood wounding, because otherwise you'll marry a partner just like one of your partner, like your parents, that may have been destructive or chaotic. 9 of Cups. So when you clean up your karmic, when you clean up your karmic debts and you sit with your shadow, 9 of Cups is love, embodiment, wish fulfillment. Yeah? So do your shadow work. And if you need help with that, I would love to help you with shadow work. 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is, how do you start balancing your passions? How do you balance your finances? How do you balance the material with the ethereal? Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to go through. We're going to pull a few more cards out of here. My name is Lara Jo. I am SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to sow into my ministry, always love that. This knowledge was very costly. I lost everything in order to gain it. The world, when you are willing to keep going, you'll close out past chapters. So if you're willing to do your shadow work, yes, you can close out past chapters and have the world at your fingertips. So keep going. All right. My name's Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. 6 of Pentacles. How do you balance those pentacles? How do you bring in that balance between, again, the physical and the ethereal? You have to look at your past and look at what maybe needs to be cleaned up. Like, what patterns are you keeping yourself held stuck in that are keeping your money held stuck? Like, how are you keeping yourself in mental imprisonments? 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is all about choices. Not all of those cups have beautiful or good options in them. So when you're looking at all of your choices and options, make sure you're discerning what is in each of those cups. All right, let's keep on going. My name's Lara, SirenSong Lover. 3 of Pentacles. How do you have to be looking at all of your choices and options and start building your pentacles? 3 of Pentacles, this is like, our money is not good, our stability is not good, like, we need the finances. So in order to start balancing those again, there's money. That's money. I want money too. So there's so many pentacles because we want money. That's why. Judgment. Everything that's been holding your pentacles back, it's coming to an end. It's got to be balanced out. So everything that's been financially holding you back, it stops now. You have to be willing to do the mental work, though, to clear out those lessons so you don't keep repeating them. All right. Let's see if there's any more cards out here. The Hanged Man. Pisces energy. Start seeing your life from a different perspective. I love Hanged Man. This is how do you start changing your perspective, because the Hanged Man is all about you are in that position voluntarily. At any point you can get yourself out of that position. So whatever things that you've been holding yourself in place, you can free yourself. That's what I want to say with the Judgment, the Hanged Man, all of these pentacles, the world. Everything's changing in your favor. Your money will start growing. You have to be willing to do the work. Okay. All right. Let's see. Any other cards? Eight of Pentacles. You've done all the hard work. You've done all the hard work. You've done all the sowing. You've done all the planting. You've done all the everything. So, Eight of Pentacles. Learn when it's time to walk away. Hello, my name's Larry Jo. I'm SirenSong Lover. Learn when to walk away after you've done all the work. So you've done the hard work. Learn to let it rest. Like, I don't mean walk away like, I'll give up completely, but learn when to let it sit and rest while you go do something else. The Chariot, this is fast moving energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Chariot is especially Scorpio, or I want to say Scorpio. Scorpio is going to be coming out. I can feel it anyway. Chariot is Cancer energy, and it's quick. It's like fast motion. It's upon you. The Chariot's swift. Yeah. Nick, this is the Crow Tarot. I love these cards. I identify with the Crow spirit. My name is Larry Jo. I am SirenSong Lover. Just going through pulling some cards. If you have any questions, please drop them below. If you like my vibe, please join my tribe. If you like my vibe and you want to help me financially, please donate to my ministry. Cash App, SirenSong Lover. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. How do you start releasing yourself from mental imprisonment? Swords are all about mental imprisonment. How are you holding yourself in a karmic loop? So let that go. Eight is karma. If you think it's infinity, right? It's always either in a forward or backward motion. So how do you start releasing yourself from mental imprisonment to be able to come into financial abundance and to bring in justice and judgment? And how do you start balancing your own mental space? All right. Do you have any questions, my love, that you would like to ask for the cards today? And I have different decks I can pull into, but yeah. The Magician. I love the Magician. And then I'm probably going to switch gears just a teeny bit. But the Magician. So this is, how are you taking everything in your environment and using it to your benefit? I will ask about Abdul marrying you. My love, ultimately the end, that's for you. That's for you and him. You can't make him. It's free will, but I can ask if that's a potential. What I would do as far as shadow work, it's a lot of doing it by yourself. It's a lot of self-integration and death. Again, this is going within. So I don't know if that marriage would happen, but you do have to go within and do your shadow work. Because I guarantee once you start doing shadow work and you're healing your own traumas, any offer that wasn't worth your time will fall away. Go within, do that transformative work. I know I said Scorpio was coming out. I know I said it right after the Chariot card. I said Scorpio is around. Scorpio is around. I do feel certain energies, Nick. I feel lots of energies. I actually feel a lot of energies from people that I don't want to feel energies from, that I've told to leave me alone, that still hang around and play. So do I feel certain energies? Yep. Do the cards call me out? Yep. I get called out by tarot cards all the time. And definitely energies that come through all the time. And there will be a ton of situations where I'll be like, oh yeah, that I don't have to worry about that. That's not anywhere near. And then we'll pull the cards and we'll be like, oh, Protection, there's so many different ways for protection. Are you talking about with tarot or in life in general? Knight of Swords, I use a lot of discernment in order to protect myself. I use a lot of observation. When you go into Knight of Swords, this is how are you using mental clarity and how are you acting swiftly? How do I protect myself? I keep my mental. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. When you start protecting yourself, though, and you use discernment and logic, you'll start building your finances. So, again, Pentacles is Earth. That's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is stability. It's a feminine energy. It's nurturing. You want to build. Yeah. Okay, so, again, the biggest thing, my love, with your other situation, Libras are very hard to love. We're very fickle and we take off very easily. Ace of Swords. We use that discernment, that logic. So, Libras, I'm just gonna say that. We're impossible to love sometimes. Like we're amazing partners. We're really good, but it's really hard to catch us and keep us. King of Swords. So your man, my friend, is coming out. He comes out as the King of Swords. So he's there. Let's take one more card from that. Six of Cups. So what I do want you to do with your past relationship with the King of Swords that you're very much interested in, sit and take stock. Truly. Take stock of all of the past and the emotions. Six of Cups is, how are we nostalgic? How do we go back and look at the lessons from our past? So go within, especially with your buddy Abdul, go within and take stock of what you have emotionally had in the past, because only you can decide if it's truly worth it for you or if you may be getting the bad end in the deal. And again, justice, this is super heavy, Libra. All of it will balance out. Knight of Wands, I know I said earlier when we were talking about the situation with Abdul, whether you're going to marry or not, they're Knight of Wands. You really do have like a fire sign masculine that wants to come in, but they can't come in, they can't move past until you clear out this past relationship chapter that you have. So yes, there could be marriage, but I would definitely sit and reevaluate if that's truly the person that you want to be with, especially if they're not showing up the way that you need them to. The Emperor. So this is to confirm like a heavy masculine fire, passionate energy. Emperor is all about that bold embodiment. That Emperor is Aries. So that's that passionate Ides of March, like marching forward, taking charge in our life. So when you clear out that stuff from your past, yeah, but the thing is it doesn't matter if your parents know him or if you're really mature to him. It's like, is he being the partner that you need him to be? I held on to someone for way too long. And yeah, because everybody liked him, I held on to him for way too long. And then once I finally released, I spent years crying over this man. Years. Like decades. And then once I finally let him go, I was like, I'm too exhausted to keep carrying on this fight. Once I let him go, I realized like there are so many other better options out there and that don't make me cry and that I don't have to beg for what I need. King of Swords pop back out again. Yeah. Sometimes that fight, like you have got to be learning like what fight is worth it and what fight is not. Because if you're spinning your wheels, so this, okay, the Hermit popped out again. So again, going within, Hermeticism. When there's that betrayal, that heartache, Three of Swords. While I went through all that so that I can be here to be a beacon to tell you that it can be done. I went through all of that so that I can help other people know that they don't have to stay in situations that drain their energy and that hurt them and that exploit them. Like I went through a lot of crap to be able to turn around and tell women, like, you don't need to stay in abusive, toxic relationships. And the draining energy cycles, I walked away from complete families and told them to leave me alone because they were draining my energy. And the amazing thing is, with those abusive, toxic families, they will continue to come after you heal, and they will continue to try to drain your energy. One of the biggest things we can do for ourselves is break the patterns. And everything that I went through, that's so I could break the patterns, and so that I could help others break the patterns, male or female, women, children, it doesn't matter. I went through all of this so that I could turn around and tell other people, you aren't the problem, you weren't the fault. Those people weren't normal. They weren't right. Like, when you start looking at people and you're like, yeah, they feel that cheating and lying and stealing is normal, and that goes against everything in my soul, you have to walk away. And you have to know that, like, while it may be right for them, it's not right for you. 3 of Swords, again, that betrayal. Walk away from things. Be willing to sit alone and with yourself to be able to clear out and heal what you need. 6 of Swords, moving away from betrayals, moving away from heartache, from pain, from everything. Be brave enough to stand alone on your own. And if you're having a hard time, send me a message. I can't tell you how many days I've stood alone. I can't tell you how many hard nights I've cried myself to sleep and done it alone and woken up the next day. So here is the message. They may. You have made it through 100% of your hardest days to be here today. Alone. So don't ever let anyone tell you that you're not anything. You've made it. The days that you've cried yourself to sleep and you didn't want to wake up the next morning, you did wake up the next morning. So do not ever doubt that you've got yourself even when no one else does. And you have also got to know that if they won't stand with you, if they won't protect you, if they won't help you, you have to do it yourself. So yeah, be willing to move away from those situations that have hurt you in the past. Whew. Okay. Wow, that was hello. Okay. My name is Larry Joe, SirenSong lover, and that was a heavy I went through all of this so that I could turn around and help others. I went through a lot of heartache and pain and betrayal from family, friends, loved ones, to turn around and help others. I've stood completely alone. Well, not just my own family, but multiple families came together to hurt me. So, and not just families, like corporations, lawyers, police officers. So I learned all of this so that I could come to you guys to help. And I know I don't feel like I ever make a difference, but goddamn, if I can help one person, then maybe I've done something. And I've helped myself. Giveaway. The giveaway. Number 5, how do we start giving away our pain, our trauma, to change our lives for the better? Yeah. So it's funny I love how you say I'm the Queen of Wands. I found out a long time ago, like when all of this started, because I was really late to the game. I didn't tap into my spirituality until the last 3 years. Like, I was almost 40 by the time I stepped into all this, and I didn't have any idea when I stepped in. I originally thought, like, oh, I'm just a witch. No. I had someone that designated me as a high priestess, and I realized that that is true, because like when you're dealing with hierarchies, like high priestess stand alone. We're brave enough to stand alone and lead a group. So start sitting in your divine embodiment and power, and start realizing your divinity and your contribution to the world. The gather, number 21, this is 3, communication. How are you gathering all of the pieces that you need for your journey? Thank you for all the hugs and loves, my friends. Like, this is all super emotional, but this is all super emotional. Like, I'm human. I go through the same struggles. I go through the same pain. I've lived a very challenging, varied life. I've struggled with addiction. I've struggled with abuse, like abuse from families. I've struggled with toxicity. I have done a ton of work so that I could turn around. Water, 61:7. So 61 and 7 breaks out to choices and options. Again, flowing with the water, flowing with the emotions, going with the ebb and flow of the tides in your life. That is how we truly start to stand in our divinity. Tarot is never meant to make you scared. It is meant to help inform you and educate you so you can have a better idea of what's going on in your life. So when you listen to tarot, I don't want you to ever feel discouraged and sad when you hear something you don't want to hear. That is meant to empower you. Even when you hear things you don't want to hear, that's information that you need. Soul retrieval. Okay, soul retrieval. 49 breaks out to, like when you add the numbers together, they go to 13, which is 4. The soul gatherer. How, number 4, are you building your foundation? Start gathering the pieces that you need for your journey. Start gathering the pieces and letting go of the things that hurt your soul. Soul retrieval. This is when you're brave enough to sit and do your work. You'll start hearing your soul calling. When you start listening to the signs, the synchronicities, the everything, your soul will start calling you. So, to go back to wanting to know if someone's for you, it's, when you see a sign of them, do you feel good? Do you feel happy? Like when you hear a song that reminds you of them, do you feel ill and anxious and uneasy because you're not with them? Or do you feel like happy, like, oh no, I know that they're there. I know that they're around the corner and that they're coming. So, I don't know if any of that makes sense, but soul retrieval popped back out again. I think that's a funny confirmation. I'm going to do a few cards from the angels. Actually, I'm going to take just like a 5-minute pause, and I'll be right back. If you want to come back and join me, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I need to get up, stretch, use the restroom before we go any further. So, yeah. I'm Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. I'll be back in just a moment. And, yeah. Exactly. The bill to you. back. All right. I'm going to take a sip here. Just a moment. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to pull some cards from the Angel Answers. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This is probably the card I should have pulled out, the deck I should have pulled out earlier for helpful people. Start asking people around you to help you. Start asking for those that love you the most to guide you. People that you trust, not people that have betrayed you. There's something better. Ooh, I don't know why I'm shaking so bad. There's something better. So start asking people around you for help, and there's something better. Be willing to wait. Be willing to wait. It's worth it, I promise. Don't settle on people that make you unhappy or sad. There is a peaceful resolution that is about to come forward. Whatever heartache, pain, strife, suffering you've been going through, there's a peaceful resolution that is about to come forward. There are helpful people around you, and there is something better. So, if you've been asking for a sign, ask someone around you, because they may have a piece of information that you need. Okay. Please know that I love that it popped right back out again. There's something better. Please know that whatever you've been working for or holding on to that's causing you burdens, let it go. Ask people for help, and there is something better around the corner for you. Okay. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to sow into my ministry, I am at Cash App, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for Lover. Whatever question you have in your mind is a yes. That's a yes. Whatever you've been asking for, if it's coming for you, yes. Sometimes it doesn't come on our timeline though. Sometimes it takes a while. So when it says there's something better, or it's like, wait for the timing to be right. Because again, peaceful resolutions. So when you wait and sit and are patient, something better will come along. And it will come way more peacefully than you thought it ever would. So, okay. I'm gonna pull out some zodiac oracles. And hello, how are you, Mocking Mystic? Nice to see you again, my love. Let's pull out some cards here. This is the zodiac oracle. I am going through it, aren't we all? Leo. Oh my gosh. Okay, Leo and Libra. This is some evil twin energy coming out. And I only say that because my counterpart and I are those. So the energy coming out for the zodiac right now, we'll just go with Leo and Libra. Yeah, what would you like to know, my love? I'll do like a 3-card pull for you. Or I'll just pull. All right, Modern Mystic, what is your question, my love? And I'll pull some cards for you. We've been pulling out a lot of money. We've been pulling out a lot of swords. There's been a lot of deception kind of out in there. There's a lot of pentacles, though. Just to tell you how the energy's been kind of flowing so far. And then I think I'm gonna pull, I'll just, from the Crow Tarot for you. Since I have that deck out, and I have a feeling you probably have an affinity for crows, so... My name is Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. Gonna pull out another card or two while we're waiting for our friend to come in with their question. The High Priestess. How do you need to sit in your divine embodiment? I love that I was talking about the High Priestess earlier because I was given that designation from another person. At the time that I was given it, it didn't really feel like it fit until I realized, no, High Priestess is true. It's that sitting in that divine embodiment. High Priestess is Libra energy, sitting in that divine embodiment. How are we the rulers, the alchemists, the magicians of our own life? And then the Tower. The Tower comes in and it clears everything out. So everything that you haven't been able to make anything successful with in your High Priestess energy, embrace those storms, and that Tower will come in. And yes, it feels chaotic and it feels heavy and painful at first, but once you allow it to clear out, the rainbows will come out. Okay, Mocking Mystic. What is coming up for you, my love? Mocking Mystic. Let's see. With the tarot. Oh, one wanted to fly out. Mocking Mystic, do you see? Ten of Pentacles. How have you been building your money? How is your ultimate financial fulfillment coming in? Are you working on your money? Because it looks like either you're working on your money, something's coming in, the Hierophant. So, 10 of Pentacles, that's like your money is right where it needs to be. You've got your financial abundance, your stability, okay? The Hierophant, you have to go within and seek that key, that higher knowledge. The Hierophant is Taurus, so we have earth energy out here. Pentacles and Hierophant are earth energy. So Hierophant is Taurus, and what Taurus does, that's sitting in that embodiment, that higher knowledge. Think of like the Pope. When we tap into our higher spiritual knowledge, we'll bring in financial abundance. So when you start tapping into your higher self, your money will be right. And Hierophant, so Taurus, it's ruled by Venus, luxury, love, finer things in life. So when you start using your knowledge of higher power to bring in the best aspects of your life, then you'll start bringing in the money. Wheel of Fortune, it's all turning in your favor. It's all turning in your favor. So your money's getting right. You're seeking that higher knowledge. You're sitting within your divine empowerment and you're in the divine embodiment. Wheel of Fortune coming in for that whole, everything's turning out in your favor. You have to be willing to see it though. Mocking Mystic, you have to say, I am the luckiest, however you identify. For me personally, I'm going to be like, Lara, I am the luckiest girl alive. It is always working out in my favor. You have to speak that into existence. What you want, speak it out. Okay? Because Wheel of Fortune, it all starts turning in your favor. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you want it all, yes, I am the luckiest boy alive, right? So when you start going in, seeking your higher knowledge, bringing in, you start looking, you're like, how do I want my life to live? Like, how do I want it to look like? What do I want luxury-wise with Pentacles? When you start getting very specific with what you want from your life, and you tell yourself, I am the luckiest boy alive, the universe is always working out in my favor. I get paid to exist. Right? Your birthright is you get paid to exist. Start speaking that. Okay? You are the luckiest boy alive. Mocking Mystic. Let's see what other cards want to pop out for that. Yeah, you gotta start looking at like lucky boy, lucky girl syndrome. Like, how do you get the best life that you want? The Lovers. Gemini. The Lovers. The Lovers. How are you? So the Lovers and Gemini is twins, right? So this could deal with your own inner personality. Oh, love it. Love the confirmation right on the nose. So Gemini, you got to use that embodiment of the twins. Like they say Gemini split or twin or no. What you guys do is you embody both sides of the aspects of human nature. I'm a Libra, and I love Geminis. Geminis and I have like good luck together because we balance each other. It's like their twin balances my Libra. And people, again, will often think like, oh, air signs were bipolar. No, we're balanced. And what will happen though too is that we move swiftly. So people will be like, I don't know, they just cut me off with no reason. Like, they're crazy. Or they're... No. Air sign, Gemini, those are all going to use swift logic and discernment. So Gemini is an amazing. You guys are amazing. You guys get such a bad rap. Libras, we get bad raps though too. Like, we get called all kinds of names, and it's like, ew. No, I was just using it to the best of my advantage. So the star Aquarius, you've got that air energy just popping out. How are you the star in your life? Your own main character. You're the main character of your life. Right? So start acting like it. How do you embody your star energy when you start making finances, pentacles, closing out cycles? Sit in your star. Sit in your knowing, in your north node that like, yeah, I got this. Who do you think you're talking to? I love being like that, right? All right, so my name's Lara Jo. I'm SirenSong lover, just pulling some cards. If you'd like to hop in, get some questions answered, please ask. Don't be shy. If you like my vibe, join my tribe. Four of Pentacles. How have your money, your finances been holding you back? You've been clinging to them so desperately, trying to hold on. Sometimes you have to be willing to chase your passions. Ace of Wands. Chase your passions. Heavy wand energy. So Aries, Leo, Sag. Let's see. So out here so far we have primarily air energy. We have Taurus, we have Pentacles, we have air, we have Aquarius, and the stars. So some major arcanas. Ace of Wands is that passion. How are you bringing in passion? Seven of Pentacles, again, this is going after your money. You've been making choices about your money, and how do you need to be making choices that are fulfilling you in order to be able to reach ultimate goals? So the card that popped out after the Seven of Pentacles, so Seven of Pentacles, that's like we've been planting the seeds, and some of them are fruitful and some of them are not. So in order to grow and to have that karmic wheel, like Wheel of Fortune, change in our favor, we have to be willing to let go of the devil, addictions, chaos, people, places, things that have not helped us grow, or that refuse to help us grow, or that we know aren't going to help us grow. The biggest part of life right now, the clock is ticking. We're all against like certain clocks to be able to do our healing, to do this, to do that. So how do you let go of those things that aren't helping your journey move faster? Right? So let go of the devil, the addiction. So that's Capricorn. So that's addictions. And Capricorn's earth energy speaks all about I love Capricorns. I have family members that are Capricorns, and they're very much driven. Just driven. Love Capricorns because they're driven. Yet the flip side of that is they're driven, which means that they will put you in the worst situations in order to get what they want. So with the devil energy, how do you put your head down and work and for the better? How do you fulfill your cup and fill your cup for the better? Let go of those things, again, that do not serve you. Okay, so the two cards that kind of flipped out after that was Two of Wands. Again, balancing. We want to be balancing the night and the day. We want to be balancing the passions between divinity and earth, or material and ethereal. So start balancing your passions. And then Eight of Wands. Rapid communication will come in. Messages, they may be downloads, they may be texts, they may be emails, they may be XYZ, but when you start balancing your life, you start balancing that thing that drives you with that thing that you have to do, you're going to start getting messages. You'll get messages that you're on the right path. You'll get messages that XYZ, but you'll start getting messages. So, and if you want to know if you're on the right path, ask universe for a sign. Like if you love tabby cats and you're like, universe, and I mean, you have to be so specific and you have to ask. I mean, that is the thing. So when, like, if I were looking for a sign, right, from the universe, I would be like, universe, if I'm on the right path, send me a yellow or an orange tabby cat, right? And if you, like, and I find that when my, like, whenever you find your sign, I have my own sign, I have a lot of signs, but when you find your sign, like, so say orange tabby cats, you know you're on the right direction. So if you're feeling sad and you're feeling, like, scattered, what'll happen is if the universe knows that you need a reminder that you're on the right path, it will send you your sign, like an orange tabby cat. You'll find, like, you'll be, like, ruminating, like, I don't know what to do with this, like, this is so hard, blah, 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 am I on the right path? And then you'll run across a reel with, like, an orange cat, or you'll see one in a commercial. And that's the universe saying that even though you're stressed out, your sign is here. You're okay. I know it's hard. You can breathe, you can scream, you can cry, you can cuss, you can pause, but do not ever give up. The universe loves to play with you. And the universe is very cheeky. So if you play with the universe and then you thank it for playing with you, the universe will play with you more and give you more. Like if the universe winks at you, like for me, I had something the other day, having a really hard time just sitting here and just exhausted. And the universe sent me a red cardinal. I love that. You know what? I was thinking about sending a message to someone about a certain day. Hello, my love. Hope you're doing well. I was thinking about sending a message to a certain person, and then I didn't know if they wanted to send it or not. So then I was sitting here, and a red cardinal came. So then I had to thank the universe. Like, thank you, universe, because I knew that was one of my signs, was a red cardinal. And the people that were texting also were in the red cardinals, so I sent them a picture. I know that's silly, but when you ask for signs and then you thank the universe for sending them to you, they'll do it. I know that sounds super hokey, but 5 of Swords, start putting down betrayals, deceptions, heartbreak. How are you doing, my love? Start putting down those betrayals, those deceptions, the heartbreaks. Those are mental games. As we start doing that, again, we just start cleaning up our life. Judgment comes in. All of those things that have been holding us back, that have been unfair, they're going to start being taken out of your aura, your atmosphere. 4 of Wands. Building your foundation, building your stability in your home. So when you start using swords, you start saying, I can't do this anymore. And then the Strength card comes up, right? Like, when you are going through chaos and turmoil and heartache and you start deciding that you want a better life for yourself, then you have to develop strength. Because the universe is going to test you and be like, yeah, you say you want that, but do you? So you have to be strong in your resolve and what you want your future to look like. 8 of Wands. Again, when you start cleaning up your life, in your environment, in your circle, you'll start getting 8 of Wands, like rapid communication, rapid messages, just come in. 5 of Pentacles, again, this is after financial loss, heartbreak, being left out in cold, just feeling bleh. And then King of Pentacles. So getting all of those betrayals, heartbreaks, addictions will put you in financial embodiment and abundance. The biggest thing with anyone, you can't change anyone else, you can only change yourself. So you can't ask other people to be different, only you can be different, and then let other people enjoy your company or not. One of the biggest things that we have to start realizing is that being in your presence that's like a privilege. And if people aren't treating you right, remove yourself, because you were the gift. So, all right. My name is Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to sew into my ministry, it is Cash App, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for Lover. I always appreciate donations to the ministry. This stuff is really expensive. It was really expensive to learn. Ace of Swords, bringing in mental clarity. So start using discernment. Start cutting out things that don't fit. And then Eight of Swords, mental imprisonment. When you get yourself out of your own mental prison, you'll do a lot better. All right, so let's see. Pull a few more cards. Did I answer all of the questions that you needed and more, Mystic? Mocking Mystic. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? Awesome. Awesome. We're going to go into the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Maybe there's some messages in there too. All right. Let's see. What other questions do we need answered from the Sacred Rebels Oracle? Okay. Let's see. What answers do we need what questions do we need answered from the Sacred Rebel Oracle? What is it? I don't know why I'm channeling a red car right now. Okay. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. If you have something you want, if you have something you love, why are you not fighting for it to the end? Keep going. It'll be worth it. Whatever you're holding on to. So that was number 5. This is change. 5 is change, right? Defend to the end, the worthwhile. Whatever you're cultivating, whatever you're working on, it's worth it. Keep going. Start breathing into freedom over fear. For me, it used to be faith over fear. I was like, faith over fear, I can get through this. Now it's freedom over fear. How do you keep pushing for your own freedom? Defend it to the end, and it will be worth the wait. It'll be worthwhile. So keep working to whatever you need, whatever you want. Keep fighting, even if you're only fighting alone. I've done a lot of that. I've done a lot of fighting alone. I've done a lot of days where I show up and no one else is around. And you know what? That's okay. But even if you have to do it alone, even if you have to do it scared, do it. Don't give up. Don't. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. This is 21-3, communication. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Even when your mind doesn't know what to do, your heart always does. So always keep going. Okay? It'll get better. Heaven sent. 33 breaks out to 6. Heaven sent. You're here for a divine mission. Keep going. Keep going. Don't let anybody stop you. In the world and not of the world. So 7, this is also 7, and this speaks to choices and options. Be in the world and not of the world. So experience it, but don't get super attached to it, and be willing to walk away at any time possible. I am Lara Jo. I am SirenSong Lover. I'm going to pull out some, we'll do some more Sacred Rebel, and then maybe we'll do some Zodiac Oracle. Just pull out some signs. When I was sitting to meditate to go into this, I know I said it when it came out, but I keep seeing a red car. I don't know why. And the thing with we see stuff, it never makes sense, but then we'll say it, and then somebody will be like, how did you know? And be like, I don't know, but it was screaming at me. Inner trust. I have to inner trust that I know that message is out there and meant for someone. I do that all the time where I'm like, I don't know if it fits or if it resonates or what it means, but I do know trust that I have to say it. And then when I say it and people's eyes go you were right on, or how did you know, or I trusted myself. And I had a lot of people around me that didn't want me to trust myself, and they want me to trust them. And the hard part about life is knowing that when no one else's voice makes sense, trust yourself. Trust your inner guidance and voice. Going beyond normal. Going beyond normal. Number 14. This is number 5. Change. Create a new world where it's safe to be you. Go beyond the normal. If you're creating a new reality for yourself, create a reality that is safe for the little kid version of you. We all need to be creating a world that is safe for the youngest versions of us and these future generations coming up. Collaborative dreaming, number 28, which equals out to 1, which we're going to take as an ace. Collaborative dreaming. How do you need to trust yourself? And how do you need to start being willing, hello, vessel in time, being willing to create worlds that no one else understands so that you have a safe place to go to. So, all right. Come on in. I'm Lara Jo, SirenSong lover, doing some reads here. If you'd like to ask a question, go ahead and ask. I'll pull some cards on it. If you'd like to donate to my ministry, it is Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. I always appreciate donations, always a benefit. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to pull from the Shaman Oracle. Just a few cards. Hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay. Many paths. I've been doing this for a hot minute, but the confirmations just love to come back out. I love to shuffle back in, see anything that flies back out so that we know if it's truly for us or not. So if you were not here earlier, please know that many paths came up earlier. So if you're here now, you know that that message is for you because it came out earlier. It's coming out now. So obviously we need it. There are many different ways to get to the path that you want to be on. There are many different ways to get to your end goal. Yeah, come on in, jump on in. The Time Master. As you start being willing to look at all of the different paths, you will become better at managing your own time. Time Master breaks out 57, breaks out to 12, which we break out to 3. There's communication. How do you need to be sitting and opening your perspective to see all of the paths so that you can better manage your time. All right, vessel in time, if you'd like to ask your message, please go ahead and contemplate on it. Take a big breath in for a moment. If you want, actually, I'm gonna grab a singing bowl. I'm gonna ring it while you think about it, and that way you can clear your channel to meditate it in. Ouch. All right, take a big breath in, blow it out. And think on what you need, my love. All right. When you're ready, let me know what you want to know. We'll go from there. Oh, okay. Vessel in time. Take a big breath in. Just pause and take a big breath in, and we're going to release Lion. Okay. When life is so bad. Trust me, I've said what the so many times. And you know what? Clear answers don't always come through. I read a lot of tarot. I listen to a lot of tarot. And right now it's like the whole world is in the microwave. So we're all going through it, my love. And it's really hard. And I am definitely going to pull some cards for you. But the biggest thing I need to give you right now is when it gets really hard and overwhelming and you can't breathe, intentionally stop and breathe. reconnect with yourself. Place both hands on your heart. When life is like, what the? Place both hands on your heart. Take a big breath in and let it go. And here is something I love to do with my boyfriend. I know, and it's really hard for him, and I struggle with it. And I love telling him because I know how hard it is, but I can do it. So if I can do any of this, like there's so much hard stuff that I do that I know, like if I can do it, anyone else can. Okay? So imagine like you're going to take all of your burdens. Like if you're sitting in a chair, like I'm sitting in a chair right now, right? So imagine like I'm taking all of my burdens and even just setting on the floor, even for 3 seconds, just long enough to breathe. Okay? So when life gets really hard and chaotic, set all of your burdens on the floor and just breathe, even for 3 seconds. What you'll find though is after you let it off, it's like this relief comes over you and you're like, oh gosh, why didn't I do this sooner? But then you'll find it's too hard to pick up those burdens because they're too heavy. So instead of picking up all those burdens and exhausting yourself even more, let go of those burdens that you can't do anything about, or that you can't do anything about right now. So why is life so hard right now? Let's pull some cards on that. I am SirenSong lover, Lara Joe, doing some card reads here. If you have any questions, please hop in and ask. Don't be shy. Vessel in time. What is going on? Why is it so hard right now? Ooh, I just had a bunch of cards. Okay. Actually, you ready? Okay, so the moon, and we're going to say moon is Pisces. It's number 18. The moon is secrets. So everything around you may be really challenging right now because there's a lot of secrecy. There's a lot of things that have been going on in the dark and you don't understand why everything's so hard or why life doesn't seem right. I'm going to bet, and this is what's happened in my situation. There were a lot of secrets. My family is doing a lot of moon magic work, a lot of spell work behind the scenes on me. So sometimes when nothing makes sense, like why is it so hard, but nothing makes sense, there may be secrecy involved around you. And then the part of that though is when you can clear out, or at least you don't even never necessarily have to learn the secrets. You just have to learn who's keeping the secrets and then start exiting them out of your life. And you'll feel intuitively in your body when someone isn't for you, right? The moon is secrets. When you get brave enough to start clearing your life out and clearing those people out, or maybe you already have, 9 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment, love, emotional embodiment, safety. Like, you have to be willing to cut out anything in your life that doesn't make sense as to why your life is so effed up. Okay? My biggest thing though, like I say, if you're down bad, just breathe. Breathe. My biggest advice I give to any clients, and this is something that I have to be reminded of when I'm having a really hard time, because find you a partner that reminds you how to help take care of yourself. Because I tell people all the time, I tell my clients, when life gets really hard, breathe, drink your water, relax, meditate. And I can't even tell you how many times I've told other people that. He's heard me tell other people that. And then he'll catch me having a hard time, and then he'll look at me and he'll be like, baby, I love you, but breathe, drink your water, meditate, relax. And yeah. 5 of Wands, you've had a lot of fire and passion around you, but it's time to change and break those cycles. Start letting go of those people that create chaos for you, right? And this is like having to do again with your creative passions, your hobbies, like all of the things that you want. Stop letting that chaos. It's time for a change. 2 of Cups will bring in that emotional fulfillment. I know, baby, but it's like I know it's really hard and it doesn't feel like it helps. And I mean, it really is hard, and sometimes you just have to change positions. Like, it'll be like, okay, breathing and meditating ain't work. Can I go outside and ground? So when you're having a really hard time, you can go outside and ground also. So if it's not breathing and meditate, go put your bare feet on the ground. And what that does is it dispels that negative charge energy in your body and returns it to the earth. So return it to the earth to be transmuted and alchemized. Yes, like you would be amazed. Part of what kicked off my spiritual journey, helped my healing so much, was one of my friends had told me, she's like, whatever you do, go outside for one whole week and spend 10 minutes once a day, every day outside, just connecting with the earth. Don't take your phone. Don't be talking to nobody. Just go outside, put your feet on the bare ground for 10 minutes for just 1 week. She's like, I know it's hard, but do it. And the irony was that I got through that first week and then it was a no-brainer. The only place I ever wanted to be after that was outside with my feet on the ground. So sometimes it's, how do we redirect? Like, yeah, maybe breathing and meditating isn't working for you today. Go outside. You would be amazed. Here's also what I found. When I go outside, if I'm having a hard time and I go outside and reconnect, I'll reconnect with myself, but then like an animal messenger will bring me like a clarity or a download. Like literally I've said before, like people will be like, how'd you know that? And be like, a little birdie told me. And it literally was, I would be outside meditating and grounding and connecting with Mother Earth. And then I would be brought a message about whatever my situation was. I mean, really scary messages. The thing though too, when source or intuition brings you a message, even if it's really big or scary or don't make sense, it's like that calm in your body. Like you'll feel calm. Like you'll get like I have been outside, I'll be doing breath work, meditation, yoga. I love doing yoga outside, barefoot, and I'll literally have a bird fly by and it'll be like a bird that I would associate with a past family member, and then I'll get a message from it. So sometimes we do have to redirect to reopen those channels when we're too far, like spiraling. So either take a shower if you're having a hard time, or go put your feet on the earth. I promise. Six of Cups, start looking at all of those things from the past that have maybe not been fulfilling your cups. So some of those feelings again can come from secrecy and things that have been robbing us of our emotional stability or joy or happiness. So Six of Cups, take stock of what you've done in the past, what lessons you've learned, so that you can move forward. Hopefully all of that makes sense and it's not just a ramble. Yeah. Vessel and Sun, I actually have like a little stretch kind of, or not stretch, but like a little reset that I can show you, and it looks goofy as hell. I learned it the other day, but I started doing it outside as a reset and it works really well. So I can show you that if you're interested. If you go and try it, please come back and tell me about it, how it went. Like, please come back here, drop a message, or you can find me at SirenSongLover.in. I can be at SirenSongLover@yahoo.com also. The Emperor, when you start taking stock of those emotional cups that didn't fulfill you, you'll start sitting in your divine embodiment. The Emperor is Aries energy, and if you know anything about Aries, they are take charge, march forward, like we're going. So when you start putting to bed those hard emotional trauma, whatever in the past that you need to resolve to be able to move towards a happier, stable, emotional future, once you do all of that, you'll sit in your Emperor power and that embodiment that like, I am the ruler of my own life. I know what I want. I get what I want. I got what I want. That kind of thing. So, all right. My name is Larry Jo, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to donate to my ministry, it's Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, L, capital Lover, Four of Swords, betrayals, mental imprisonments. How do you start releasing yourself? This is like, you need to rest. So if your head's all over the place, you're having a hard time, the earth's in the microwave, rest. Even if you have to levitate yourself out of it, rest. Even if it's calling on your ancestors, your spirit guides to help you remove that betrayal, rest. we also forget to realize that in order for our ancestors or anyone to come in, we have to grant them permission to work on our behalf. Like, say you're calling on Archangel Michael, or say Archangel Michael's one of your protectors, and you want him to come help you. You can't just be like, oh, I wish Archangel Michael would show up. You have to be like, Archangel Michael, I grant you permission to work on my behalf in this matter. So start asking, but grant permissions to your deities, to your guides, to your gods, to whoever you pray to. Grant them permission, otherwise they can't do anything. And they can do some really cool stuff. Ace of Swords. This is, again, logical offer. Like, just, when you are willing to ask for help, you'll start getting help from a higher perspective, almost as if logic, truth, discernment, everything you need is coming from the sky, from a helping hand. Ask for help. Grant them permission. Take your life back. Sit in your bold embodiment. Okay. King of Cups. This sitting, bold, emotions, cup, water, any of that. So, all right. My name's Larry Jo, SirenSong lover. These last two cards came out, and then I'm just gonna close out from here. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I get the energy part. So I'm gonna show you that stretch right before I leave, but first I'm gonna pull out these two cards. I'm Larry Jo, SirenSong lover. 7 of Discs. How have you been toil and labor? How have you been planting your financial seeds in abundance? This is coming after a tower moment. This is coming after everything has fallen apart. Everything's gone to crap. The thing with the tower is that it's kind of like an earthquake. If the foundation's stable, that tower is not going to rock it. If the foundation's not stable, it will. Or if you're not stable, the tower is going to come in and it's going to clear out everything. And the thing with the tower, there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to nothing. You just have to let it happen. And it generally comes out of nowhere. The tower is coming in to clean out after you've been building those financial projects. So you've been looking at all your options, you've been sowing. Now's the time though that anything that's not for you will be taken away. Anything that is for you will have taken root and be solid ground. So don't ever fear a tower. That's heavy Scorpio energy. People with the tower it's the worst. No, it comes to clear. We forget to realize that after all those storms pass and it's really hard, the towers come to clear our lives, not as punishment, but to allow us to rebuild new and decide what we want on our plate and what we don't. If you're looking at your plate and you realize you're like, I don't like those options anymore, and now it's broken, you can move through that tower, through that time, and you don't have to feel bad about not taking that stuff with you. When the tower comes to clear, let it. All right. Okay, so Vessel in Time, I'm going to show you just a quick reset, how to reset your brain, your left and right hemisphere. It sounds totally hippie woo-woo. You can try it for yourself. You'll believe what you want to believe. You'll get what you want to get from it. And this is for everyone else. This is around. If you want to reset your brain, I'm going to show you how to kind of reset between the two hemispheres. So I don't know how it works. I know it works. I've been working on it. I know I just got a little, whew. Okay. So, I'm going to drop it down a little bit because it's down low. So for a reset of right and left hemisphere, take your hands, cross them, put your thumb here and your thumb here, and you are going to be squatting. And again, you hold here, and the tip of your tongue you're going to put against your teeth. And when you're doing this, I would suggest going outside and connecting with the earth and grounding barefoot. This is how I go out and I do it, and like I say, this helps kind of just reset my right and left hemisphere to be able to open that bridge, that connection between them. So take your thumbs and again cross, teeth behind your, or tongue behind your teeth, And you're going to sit there, and again, you're in a squat, and what you're going to imagine is that you're going to be quiet and just take a breath, breathe through it. And what it is you're imagining as you're sitting here, as you're holding it, that you're reconnecting that bridge between both sides of your brain. Okay? Because we need those neural pathways between both sides to be free of blockage. So start doing the things that can help you to remove the blockages in your life. And you'd be amazed with even just tiny postures within your body, within your breathing, within your everyday life, they can make vast differences rapidly. So even the things that sound hippie woo, like breathing, meditation, yoga, all of that, start doing the little things that reset your brain. And be brave enough to not do what everyone else has done. Because if everyone else has done that path and it didn't work for them, be brave enough to find your own path, even if they call you crazy. All right, I'm Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. I hope you had a beautiful day. I may hop back in later, but if you'd like to sew into my ministry, I am capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, and capital L for Lover. I am an intuitive reader. I love to come in and do tarot reads. If you'd like to book a reading, like a personal reading with me, you can go to sirensonglover@yahoo.com, or I have my website, which is sirensonglover.in. I do personal reads, I do protection, integrative healing, child healing, womb healing. I do a lot of stuff. I've worked through a lot of personal hard PTSD and trauma and abuse and cycles of that and addiction. So while everybody looks and they say that's really hard, yes, but I've walked and beaten addiction. I've walked and left abusive relationships, families, dynamics. And while it's really scary and hard, it can be done. And if I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, that's one time. So PTSD, I know this, again, seems just silly, but if you try to do this reset, and then for PTSD, what I would recommend, and you can look online, or we can talk about resources outside of here. For PTSD, somatic yoga, Kundalini yoga, and breath work. Somatic yoga especially, though, because you drop into your body and you feel, which I know is terrifying. Yeah. I say it's silly because everybody looks at me like, oh gosh, you're so weird. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm not messing with you. I don't care. If you think I'm weird, I don't care. Am I hurting you? No? Then I'm sassy like that, though. Anyway, so for PTSD, somatic yoga, because what it does is you're dropping into your body and you're feeling the triggers because it's reticular cellular memory. That's why that PTSD is so hard. Our cells remember. At a cellular remember. While we may not remember that trauma, our cells do. So when we're introduced to triggers, stimuli, environments, all of that, it's our cells that trigger us, not it's evolutionary. So when we're working through PTSD, it's very emotion-based, and it's very challenging, but it's very emotion-based and tapping into your body and being somatic. So again, how are you doing breath work that connects you with your body? How are you doing, yoga that connects you with your body and allows you to realize that you're no longer in danger? Yes, we have so much PTSD, but we have to start looking at our lives and saying, are we truly in danger? Or is this a trigger that is no longer valid and I need to maybe heal it? So I hope that helps. Please come back and see me if you like my vibe. Join my tribe. If you want to see more of me, please come follow me. Please come sew into my ministry. I hope you have a beautiful day. Please be gentle with yourself in the healing journey. And the healing journey is not all love and light. Don't ever let anyone tell you that healing is all love and light. Healing is chaotic, and it's hard, and it's messy. And a lot of days you do it alone. Yet, sometimes the most healthy thing you can do for your throat chakra is to tell people that have hurt you where they can go and put it. So healing is not all love and light. Anyone that tells you I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so anyone that tells you that healing is easy or love and light, they're lying. It's hard. It's gritty. You get really angry because you start getting angry about how long you kept yourself in bad situations or how long you allowed people to keep you in bad situations. So when it literally, focusing on your cells is literally, I know, again, this is going to sound it literally is just when you have pain in your body, like taking and focusing, like, so if, with a lot of sexual trauma, right? We carry, I mean, if you had seen pre-pictures of me before my spiritual journey, like my body has completely transformed in 3 years after going and releasing a ton of trauma. Like I've lost 80 pounds through the spiritual journey because then I started not doing those bad habits that were keeping me stuck in cycles of addiction. So when you want to go to heal a part, it's like if you have pain in your body, again, we talk about somatics, right? So your trauma is stored in your body in those cells. So when you start dropping in, you'll be like, okay, I have pain in my ovaries. Say I have pain in my right ovary. So there's some trauma there that needs to be released. So if I feel that pain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that healing, my own light, my love to that area. I'm going to breathe into it. I'm going to ask it what it needs to tell me, and I'm going to ask it to be released. And that's something that you're going to do throughout the whole process. Like, so say if I have pain in my right ovary and I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? And keep breathing until you feel that pain release. And then you're like a little piece of trauma will come off. And again, at first it's scary, but your trauma didn't take you out the first time. And it's not going to take you out when you go to heal it. Okay, I promise. So while it's really hard to sit with trauma, it's really hard to heal and feel like it didn't end you the first time. But if you don't heal it, you're going to keep being held prisoner to it for the next however long in your life. So be brave enough to sit and actually feel into your body, ask your body what it needs, feel the pain, release that pain. Because if you don't do it today, it's going to hijack you 15 years from now. And that's personal experience. A lot of the healing journey, because what we do is we get stuck in cycles of addiction. Like I had a lot of abuse as a child, so I figured out that I overeat to cope because food was the only thing I could control that went into my body. That's also why I did a lot of radical hair styles and tattoos. All of it's to release it, baby. You just, every time you're thinking about it is, how do I release this? How do I release this? How do I release this? What do I need to learn from it to let it go? So all of it's release, whether it be energy work, whether it be breathing, it's all release. The whole goal is how do you free yourself? So anything you can do to start releasing, start asking yourself, start telling yourself, telling your body you are the healer of your body. So releasing all of it. You're going to release it through the pain. You're going to release it through the breathing. It's all integrative. So what I was going about with like PTSD and triggers and trauma, like because I was assaulted as a kid, it was like food was the only thing I could control. And also if you were overweight, they wouldn't want to bother you as much. Like if you weren't as pretty, they would leave you alone. So it was like overeating because it was like the dopamine hit, but it was also overeating so that they would overlook me and not sexually abuse me. And as an adult, I start to realize that yes, I'm eating that candy bar because I'm afraid of being seen as a beautiful woman, because every time I've been seen as a beautiful woman, I've been hurt gravely. So going into your body and realizing I'm safe, I don't need that coping mechanism, I can release it. Okay. Does that help? Thank you. All right, my loves, I'm going to hop off. I've had a beautiful afternoon with you. I'm Lara Joe, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to donate to my ministry, always appreciative. It's Cash App, Siren with a capital S, Song with a capital S, and L, Lover with a capital L. You can tip. I would love to help with any healing integrative services. I do a wide variety of services. I do a lot of practices so that I can help other people. And a lot of things is that when I'm talking to clients, like anything that I suggest for you is not something that I haven't or won't or didn't do myself first. So like a lot of stuff also, everyone's finances are so dire, my love. Like it's coming though. Like if you've been doing the hard work, it's coming. Yeah, I don't know where else I was going with that. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that everything that I offer or I've suggested or it's stuff that I do myself as well. So when people say it's really hard, I know, I did it. Like, I gave up alcohol addiction. I'd been drinking since I was 13 years old, and I gave up alcohol addiction like cold turkey at 40. And it was being willing to let go of my past childhood traumas that I was finally able to give up alcohol. I didn't need that coping mechanism anymore. So it's being willing to go through it. And when I talk about addictions, again, like I've beaten that addiction. So when I tell people it's really hard, and it's really hard, yeah, but it can be done. And I can show you that it can be done because I did it myself. And I came, like, my family, like, completely ostracized me when I gave up alcohol, when I started cleaning up my life, when I stopped hanging around bad people. Like, actually, when I cleaned up my life, I lost my family because they needed me all stuck in that toxic pattern. A, so that they could use me as the scapegoat, and B, so that they could keep doing their bad stuff and then blame it on me. So part of that is being brave enough to break away from those things that are really hard and do your own thing. We're out here though to help you. Like, yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day. May healing and love and light and also divine anger find you. And may you finally start finding the path in your life that makes you happy and what lights your little soul on fire. Okay. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.